so today's jargon term is social skills. We've been talking about this a lot on the show, and so we thought, let's define it. What exactly are we talking about? So let's look at our actual definition from the experts. Social skills, the personal skills needed for successful social communication and interaction. Thank you very much. If I can't figure out what social skills are from social skills, then telling me that it's a skill needed for successful social communication isn't going to help me to define it, right? So we always move on to our working definition for social skills. These are skills, all right, we're still using the word skills, that an individual uses to communicate and interact with others. But here's where we get to a little bit, it's verbally, non-verbally, through gestures, body language, and more. And you might be thinking to yourself, well, good heavens, what is the more? And honestly, that can be so much, right? I happened to drop in last week for just 30 minutes of an amazing training that was being done by Dr. Liz Lageson from the Peers program. She was training a group of CARD social skills people who are going out to the different offices to be the experts in those offices. And I got to go because a parent had written a beautiful letter to one of the therapists that was there getting the training and said, would you please go and read this in front of the group? And I did. So when you guys want to thank a therapist, I'm on the job, right? But I got to sit in for a half an hour of the training. I can't imagine it was like a 4-day training. But one of the things they were talking about, because it's all about social skills, and one of the things they were talking about when I was there is how much we communicate through our clothing now. This had never occurred to me before. But the fact that especially for our teens and our young adults, when they're trying to figure out who are my like-minded people, noticing who's got the t-shirt logo that's something that I respond to, and that is a level of communication. And it made me start thinking about how many conversations that I have been in that have started over what someone is wearing. It could be, that somebody has a beautiful necklace on, or that somebody has come up to me and said, oh my gosh, is that your real hair color? And not just now, previously in my lifetime, when it wasn't my real hair color. We have conversations about those kinds of things, and they help us to be able to communicate, to be able to have an icebreaker, and to know who might be the people who are friendly that we can have a social interaction with. So imagine how many more things are under that heading, but these are just some of the different ways that we and they're skill level areas, because if you don't think about it, and it doesn't enter your consciousness when you're someplace and you have to talk to somebody, to look for, okay, who in this group looks like they're like-minded with me, because that might be an easier conversation than the person who definitely is wearing the t-shirt. I'm thinking about the New Hampshire primaries today. Everybody sort of has their camps now, and people are starting to wear the t-shirts, right? And you may later on, when you get good at social skills, start the conversation with someone who's wearing a t-shirt for a candidate that is clearly not what you're thinking, right? But in the beginning, we want to start with people who are like-minded, because we know that that's easier. So social skills, being able to build up the muscle to be able to notice what you need to notice to be successful, to know how to start a conversation, how to move your body and move your facial muscles in a way that it conveys what you want it to convey, because sometimes you want it to convey, I'm open and I want to have this conversation with you. And other times you want to convey, I am not a person to be messed around with, right? It's all communication. And those are the muscles that we're building. Those are the skills that we're building with social skills. And when you think about how many things there are that make interaction successful, each one of those things is an opportunity to get it wrong. And, if you've ever stood and watched two people try to communicate when it's not working, you can get 355 things right, but if you got one of them wrong, it can break down communication. So that's why social skills is a really worthwhile thing to work on. It's a slippery so-and-so, but really beneficial, because if you get things clicking, it has a really great payoff. And people get excited and want to work on it more. So social skills, it's our jargon of the day.